Now we have created objects for string. Same thing we'll have to discuss here. See here. If you see here, don't think SCP is separate and heap is separate. SCP is there inside heap memory area. Heap memory is there, right? Whenever you create an object, these all objects will store in the heap area. But SCP is the specialized memory area inside a heap. But only for understanding purpose, for you, I am explaining heap and SCP are separate. But you keep in mind SCP is there inside heap only. Now when you create an object, you keep in mind when you create an object, always it will check whether this already this content is available in the memory or not. If content is available, it won't create object. Simply it refers the that another reference, like suppose whatever object you are creating, that object reference simply refer to the already created object. Just see here in our example what is happening. As we discussed, I have created an object by using literal way. Now one object is getting created here in SCP. Whenever you create an object by using literal way, you keep in mind it will always store into SCP area. If you create an object, that will be storing in SCP area. Always it will check for SCP whether already is there or not. If already is there, it won't create any object separately. That means same memory area and same object will be used, but reference will be updating. That's it. Now one object created. This is another way. Here you are creating object by using new keyword. That is the reason it will occupy separate memory area inside heap. Now this is separate memory area, and here this is separate memory area. Here just see this diagram. Every time whenever you are creating object by using new keyword, separately it will create an object, separate memory area. Creating object means allocating the memory for the particular state of an object. See here, if you are using a new keyword, here one object is getting created, and one more when you create an object by using new keyword, another object separate memory is occupied here. But see here also I did the same thing. See here, what is the use of SCP? SCP use is when you have repeated data, same data in our application, instead of occupying separate memory area, it will use same memory area. That is the reason SCP is actually meant for. Just check here. Here SCP already is there. This is SCP. Here also it is SCP. Here also it is SCP. Now we were discussing this concept. In our real-time data is in which format? Maximum times. Maximum data is in which format? Real-time data. String format. String format, as I had explained you take any example, any real-time application or real-time data. Most of the data expect salaries and age and mobile numbers, some other pin code numbers. Other than these things, everything is string only. Everything is string only. That means 99% of data in our applications are real time data will be there on string format. That is the actual reason I was explaining you. String is actually primitive data type in C++ programming language. But when it comes to Java programming language, C is string is what? String is non-primitive data type. Non-primitive data type means it is a class. String is a class in Java, but when it comes to C++ programming language, string is what? String is primitive data type. But here in Java, it is non-primitive data type. That means it is a class. It is a class, and also it is immutable class. Immutable class means if you create any class, that class or we can say when you create an object for that class, it's not possible to change state of an object. That is about immutability. That is the reason when you have maximum data in string format, if already particular data is there, suppose just an example I will tell you. Suppose some Rahul is actually is always used to take pics. If he has same photo 10 times in mobile, then what will happen? Suppose what Rahul will do. Rahul has some 2 GB RAM in his mobile. Now lot of photos pics are there inside in RAM. After some time, after completion of 2 GB, if you don't have memory, proper memory, how mobile Rahul, how your mobile will behave? Suppose if you don't have proper memory, then it will become slow. Then instead of having same photos 10 times, same pic 10 pics, instead of having same pic, same style. If you have 10 photos, what we do, instead of having the 10 photos, we will remove 9 photos, we will keep only one photo. By using this, we can save the memory, right?
Yes, sir.
You can save the memory. Then here also in our example, when you have same data, hello hello, when you have multiple times hello, instead of having separate, see, I have created separate memory area for each object in SCP. When you have separate memory locations for same content, then here also we are losing memory, right? Wasting memory here you are doing, right? In SCP, if you observe, three hellos are there. SCP is meant for when you have object with the same type. Instead of as your example for mobile phone example, when you have same photo 10 times, we'll remove 9 photos, will keep only one photo. See here what happened here, instead of creating separate object each time, that is actually wasting of memory, right? Same as like pick, same as Rahul pick. Here wasting the memory you are doing. That is the reason, as because most of the data in real time or any application that is string format, when you have same type of content, instead of creating separate memory for each string, we'll have to save memory. Java people thought that we'll save memory instead of creating separate object. That is the reason SCP concept came into picture. SCP is called as string constant pool. It is the specialized memory area inside a heap. And when you create an object for the string, first it will check whether this object is already is there or not. Object means that content, hello or anything, any content, same content is there or not in already in SCP. If already same content is there, instead of creating separate object, simply that is pointing to already created an object. Just an example, see here, whatever I have written in SCP. One second. Now what I do, see, these are things, just an example you keep in mind. Guys, able to see this diagram? Just see here what SCP will do. If already same object, same content, if already is there in the memory, instead of creating separate object, occupying or wasting the memory, what it will do, it will simply refer same object. Now when you create object multiple times, first what it will do, it will check any this content is already available in the SCP or not. If already it is available in SCP, simply this object refer to that reference. Got it, guys?
Yes, sir.
Everyone, Chaitanya, or remaining guys, Manjunath, Rohit, and Saroj, guys.
Yes, sir.
See here, any people are there? Chaitanya, and everyone able to understand, right, Biswajit?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
you,
sir.
you guys got the concept. If you are creating object, because most of the data in real time that is in string format, already same content is there inside memory. Instead of creating a separate object, it will same object will be used by the multiple reference. That is the reason. Now in interview they will ask you why string is immutable. Because of SCP, string is immutable, you have to tell because of SCP only. Now I will tell you the reason. Now we are trying to save the memory, right? We are trying now you see the concept till where you have completed. Instead of creating separate object each time when you have same data, we'll have to refer the same object with the multiple references. See here. Now till here it is fine. We are saving what here memory you are able to save, right? Instead of having separate object in separate in each time when you have separate object, instead of wasting the memory, we are doing this process. This process is what, same object same object is referring to multiple references, right? This is a reference when you want to access str, output will come hello, and when you want to access str1, output is hello, and when you are trying to print str2, that time also it is hello. Now same object, multiple references. Now example, observe here one more, here because of SCP, what you are able to achieve, because of SCP we are able to save the memory. That is advantage of SCP, right?
Yes, sir.
That is the advantage of SCP. See here one more thing. Now what I am doing here, this str is what you are storing here inside str.
Hello, sir.
Hello is there. Now what I do, instead of hello, I will change this str to IQ school. Instead of hello, I will change to IQ school here. Now what is the value of str here? Instead of hello, what I am doing here, I am changing to IQ school, right?
Yes, sir.
Now what is the output of str? Now SOP of str. What is the output?
IQ schools, sir.
IQ school is the output. Now see here this example. Now this is becoming what? Instead of hello, this is also is becoming what? IQ school, right?
Yes, sir.
One second, give me a second. Now this is becoming, instead of hello, this is becoming IQ school. IQ. It is becoming instead of IQ school. Now str value are changing to IQ school. Now if you are trying to access, this value, now what is the output of str1 now? Output of str1 is what now? Now str1 value is what? Str1 value is what now? Now str we have changed it to IQ school from hello. Now what is the value of str1 here? If you are now str1 also is referring to this subject only, right? Now if you are trying to print str1 value, str1 value also will come as what? Now str1 value is what? Guys, hello.
Yes, sir.
You guys are not able to understand the class, or why to respond? You are thinking. What is the value of str1 here? Anyone?
Hello, sir.
Hello, why man? This is pointing to str1, right? Str1 is pointing to what? Which object? IQ school only, right? See the diagram. See the diagram here. Now str value we have changed to hello to IQ school. Now str value is IQ school, right? Now it is
But
updating
here
your.
we create by new keywords, sir. That's the reason behind that. That main reason behind that is we create go through new keywords.
See, Biswajit, you see the diagram, then answer according to the diagram. Now IQ str also is pointing to which object? Same object, right?
Yes, sir.
str is pointing to same object.
Yes, sir.
str1 also is pointing to which object? You see the diagram, according to our current flow, you give me the output. Now we are changing str to ILO to IQ school. Now str1 also is pointing to same object, right? str1 is pointing to same object or not?
Yes, sir.
It
Same.
is pointing to same object. Now because of changing the str value, str1 value also is getting IQ school, right? Instead of hello.
Yes, sir.
Now because it is pointing to same object. Now str2 value also is what? str2 value also is becoming what?
IQ school.
IQ school. Now str value is IQ school, str1 also is IQ school, str2 also is IQ school. But if you see the example here, in this example, we have changed only str value, we have not changed for str1 and str2. We have not changed, see here, str1 value is hello only. Here also str2 value is hello only. But we have changed str value. When you change str value because of SCP, it is changing. Remaining str1, str also is getting changed or not here. Because
Changing,
see, if you
sir.
observe the diagram, str1 is pointing to same object and str2 also is pointing to same object. If we change one object because of this SCP, Because of SCP, what is happening here? One object, this one object is pointing to multiple references. If we change if we change this object, all remaining references also is getting affected. That is correct or not? Suppose now Biswajit has some account, some whatever account he has. In his account, he has 10,000. 10,000, right? Now, what is happening if he is withdrawing his amount, from his account? Rahul amount is getting debited. Actually, Biswajit is, withdrawing some 5k amount from his account. But whenever he is trying to, withdraw an amount, Rahul account, Rohit account also is getting debited. Is that correct, process to get debit for remaining accounts? If Rahul is, getting withdraw amount, Rahul account only has to withdraw, right? But it is detecting from Rohit and, someone, that is not correct, right? Here also it is happening same thing. Now, when you are changing one object, remaining object also are getting affected. That is not correct. Now, if you declare, suppose just see this example. Now, example, suppose you have int a is equal 10. Now, if I declare this, this a as 10. Now, if I am changing a plus plus, what is the value of a now? If I if I do the
11.
increment,
11, sir.
11. Now, if I declare this variable as a final, now what is the output of a?
10,
10
sir.
cents.
10. It is not possible to change, right? If we declare any variable as a final, it's not possible to change. That is the reason Java people made this, string. If you are able to, make as a final class, that means if you are making class as a final class, if you are trying to change anything, it won't change, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
If now the reason is, if Rahul amount is getting debited, it should not debit from some other account. Biswajit account should not debit, or Saroj account should not debit. If Rahul is getting debited or withdrawing amount, only amount has to debit from Rahul account only. Should not debit from some other account. That is not correct approach, or is not proper way also. That is the reason Java people made. If you are changing str value, now str1 also is getting changed, str2 also is getting changed. If str is getting changed, why these all are, these two are another objects. These two objects should not change. That is the reason Java people made string class as a final class. Because of string, what you are achieving, what is the advantage of string class? What is the benefit of string class in Java? Most of the data in real time is in the format of string. That is the reason, to save the memory, when you have same data string as a string format, by using, if you have same values or same content, instead of occupying separate memory area, by using SCP as introduced, because of SCP we can able to save the memory. When you are trying to save the memory, now one more problem is coming. That object, because of same object is, same object is referring to multiple references. If you are changing one string object, remaining strings also are getting changed. That is the reason, because of SCP, because of this problem, Java people made string class as a final class. Or you can say, because of this reason, Java people made string as a immutable class. Got it? Why string is immutable? You got to know, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Detailed explanation I have given for 2 days about string, because string is most important interview question, and they will ask you why string is immutable. For single short answer, if they are asking you why string is immutable, simply you have to tell because of SCP. Because of SCP. Why because of SCP? The reason you can explain. When you create an object, because string in real time application, real data is there, in most of the data is in string format. When you have same content, instead of creating multiple object, that is wasting the memory. So that Java people has introduced SCP concept. SCP is like string constant pool. When you have same content, instead of creating separate object, same object will be referred to the multiple objects, so that we can save the memory. When you are trying to save the memory, that time multiple references are pointing to same object. When multiple references are pointing to same object, if you are changing one string object, all remaining references also getting changed or getting affected. This is not correct approach. That is the reason Java people are making, or it is final class. Because of this final class, if someone is trying to change the string value, it won't change. because if it is changing, remaining objects also are getting affected. That is the reason Java people made string is a immutable class. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is most important. Someone, any doubt? Someone is asking something, I think. Any doubt? Got it, guys. It is, in detail explanation, and don't look for Google or somewhere YouTube. Even if you look also properly, they won't explain. Everyone like different people will explain different way. This is exact, with multiple, exploring. I have, come up with this explanation. Other than this explanation, I think you won't get any better explanation in the Google or YouTube somewhere. This is the best explanation to answer why string is immutable. Guys, got it? This is the most easy way I have explained you. If you see in Google also, you won't get proper way. Simply they will tell lot of things because of cache, because of security. That is not correct answer. String is immutable because of only the reason is SCP. Why it is because of SCP also I had explained you with representation. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
sir.
Great. Now, question is why string is immutable? You keep in mind everyone has to give the answer in the interview. String is immutable because of SCP. Why it is because of SCP? What is the reason? If they ask you again internal things, no. If he's arguing also because interviewer also doesn't know this much explanation. Simply might have seen from Google or with his different mentality, he may ask you why it is because of SCP and all. Someone will ask you in detail things. Someone may not ask. When someone is asking internal detail things, you give it example. This diagram you draw and explain to him. Even when it's he is asking for trying to get more from you. This is a detailed explanation which you have to give in the interview. First shortcut answer is because of SCP, and why it is because of SCP means you have to explain these other things. Got it? But when you are using new keyword, this is all the time it will create separate memory area. Each time if you use new keyword, separate memory area will occupy for each time. This is about why string is immutable. Now we'll go to some other things. And also what in interview what they will ask you, they will write they will create object like this. They will create object like this. Now total someone has has given different answers how many object will create. Now again I am repeating how many objects are creating here. Now if you observe this diagram, how many objects are there here? One. This is one object. Now this is one object, this is one object, this is one object. Now this is one object. I think whoever has given that three objects, those all guys are correct. Here three objects are getting created. Guys, got it? Well,
Yes, sir.
someone has given
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
five. That is wrong answer. Here you are it's getting created only three objects. Guys, got it? Whoever has given answer for three, that is correct answer. Now, what they will ask you in the interview, sometimes they will they will write you like this. And how many objects are got created? They will ask you. Now, according to our example programs, according to our diagram, you have to give the answer. Because of SCP, we each time we don't create get create a separate object. Only one object will create. Same object will be referred to multiple references. Got it? Next, we'll go to string and string buffer and string builder. String is what now? Now, string is what?
Immutable, sir.
String is immutable class. Why it is immutable and what is the reason? Everything you have discussed. Now string is immutable. String buffer and builder are mutable, right?
Immutable.
String buffer and string builder are mutable. Mutable classes. Now we know object class. Object class is the super class for all the classes. And if you are, what all different methods are there in object class?
No, sir. Equals method.
String equals method, hash code method.
To
Main
string
method is
only every method you have to know because object class is a parent class. If it is our parents, you won't forget about our parents, right? If you are learning Java, parent class for entire Java is or what object, right? That is the reason if you are learning Java, you should not forget about object class. Object class is most important. Each method whatever is in object class, they will ask you in the interview. Why you will use hash code method? Why you will use equals method? Why you will use finalize method? Finalize also is one of the method in object class. Wait method, notify all method, clone method, get class method, toString method. Every method is most important. Each method is one of the most important interview question. Now, object class is the superclass for all the classes. It has one method. One of the method is called equals method, right?
Yes, sir.
Anyone can give correct answer. Now I will ask you one question. Object class equals method is there, right?
Yes, sir.
Object obj1 dot equals object obj2. Now suppose what I do here, I will create object or other test. Suppose I'm creating test obj1. Sorry guys, I was having cold. That is the reason I'm making disturbance to you. Now otherwise instead of creating object, something I do here. I will refer with some value. You know. Something I am doing here. Just see this. This is suppose something I have updated here. Same thing. I have two objects. Now one more thing. This is obj2. Now see here. See here. What is output? Anyone will give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Now see here. Here what I do, str1 dot equals. Here I need output. str2 str1. Someone tell me in first case what is the output, in second case what is the output.
Sir, in both of the two cases, sir.
Both are the true, sir.
It's a true, sir.
Here true.
True, sir.
Here also
Yes,
True.
sir. True, sir.
true. Great. Who has given answers? Everyone are same, or you don't have in everyone has same opinion?
Yes,
You
sir.
should not have
Yes,
same
sir.
opinion, right? Everyone should not tell same answer. Someone at least in worst case,
Because
even it's
equal
wrong.
operators comprise two objects, sir.
Equals. Everyone will tell same thing.
But so that's why it comes true. If it's
Is it?
Yes, sir.
Where is Govardhan?
Say true, sir.
True. Everyone, guys, rethink. You have to rethink. At least someone has to give wrong answer. The Rahul, give
sir, I
some
said, sir.
wrong
I said.
answer. Huh?
I said before true, sir.
You said true.
I given explanations are given, sir.
Explanation also given. Because remaining guys don't know explanation. You only know
Because
explanation.
of two are the objects, sir.
So compare, sir.
Again, you guys have to rethink. Someone has to give wrong answer. Rahul, you can give wrong answer, Rahul.
No, sir.
You don't give. Okay, see. Now, we were discussing one of the, object class method is, equals method. Object is the class, right? Sorry. Sometimes what you do, it may come caps letter. Don't mind because of when I press enter like this coming. But just that is in a small letter because observe here. I have written A here. It is coming caps. Don't think here it's writing small or here it's automatically it's coming. Don't keep in mind. Just think it is small only. Okay, as I am also explaining it, right? You take my words also. Now see here, both cases is true. Everyone is telling. Sorry, everyone are telling it is true, but I am telling everyone are wrong. Everyone are wrong. I am telling. The purpose of equals method is what? Object class is there. Inside object class, one of the method is called equals method is there. Object class equal method always comparing what?
Object.
Object class equals method always comparing
Object.
Object class equals method always compares the reference
reference
of an object. It is not comparing the content. Equals method purpose is comparing the references. Comparing the reference means this address. This is address, right? If you are calling obj1 dot as code method, you will get the memory area. Object 1 memory area is different. Object 2 memory area is different, right? Now whenever two object is equals method comparing, always equals method comparing the reference of an object. Just keep in mind, I am repeating again. Object class equals method always comparing the references of an object, or references you can say, or you can say address also, right? Address, right?
Yes, sir.
yes sir
C equals method which is there in object class. Object class equals method always comparing the references of an object. You keep in mind, don't tell if someone is asking. Equals method purpose is comparing the reference of an object. You keep in mind. Now that is the reason. This is object, right? Test is the class. Test is the class. Now see here we are. Obj1 dot equals obj2 is true or false. Object class equals method you are using here. Here
false
it is object class equals method. It is false. According to whatever explanation I have given, according to my explanation, it is true or false.
false
According to my explanation, you keep in mind it is false. Now, when it comes to string class, string class also has what? String class also has equals method or not?
yes sir.
Guys, string class has different methods. Concat method, equals method, two uppercase, two lowercase, like this different methods are there, right? String class has different
Yes sir.
methods.
Yes, sir.
Caret method, different methods, right? And length method, same as different methods. String class also has one method called equals method. Now again, string class has one method. String is also one of the class in Java. It has one method called equals method. String class has one method called as equals method. Now
Yes, sir.
just keep in mind, object class equals method meant for comparing the references, as because after this is a super class. Hey Arshad, go to mute, man. Arshad, hey, go to mute, man. Hey Arshad, Arshad, guys, see, now when you override the equals method, see, keep in mind, object class is super class. Whether you are extending the class or if you are not extending the class, it will always extending the any class. That is the reason. If you are if you are overriding the equals method in our classes, if you override equals method in any of the class, instead of comparing the references, it will compare the content. Guys, got it?
States of an
String is
object.
the class. What happened?
States of an object.
Yes, state means content. Anything you can say. Now string is the class. String, even it is the, what is the super class for string here? Object class, right?
Yes sir.
What is the super class for string? String class. Every class has to have object as the parent class.
Yes, sir.
Now string class, parent class is object class. Overriding means what? Overriding means what? What is overriding? If you have superclass and you have subclass, both the methods, right? Method names should be same. Argument also are the same, right? Now, see here, object class has equals method and string class also is has equals method. Both classes has equals method. That means we can say this is it is overriding, right? Now that means if you are overriding equals method anywhere, instead of comparing the references, it will compare the content. Guys, got it? Now that is the reason you keep in mind, object class equals method meant for comparing the references. But if you are overriding equals method any of our classes, instead of comparing the references, it will compare the content. Got it? String class is overriding the equals method. But when it comes to string buffer and string builder, string buffer and string builder, string buffer and string builders are not overriding the equals method. Now equals method purpose of string class equals method, what it will do? Comparing the guys
State of an object.
state of an object or content of an object. String class equals method. When it comes to string buffer and string builder, what equals method is doing?
Comparing the address of an object.
Great. Who is giving the answer? Who has given answer?
Me, sir. Wait.
Rohit. Rohit, good, Rohit. Now, remaining guys also understood, right? Equals method is there an object class, and also string class of as equals method. If you are using equals method in string class, it compares the content of an object. That means if you are overriding equals method in any of our classes, it will compare the content of an object or state of an object. If you are not overriding equals method, but if you are using a compare if you are using comparing equals method, it will compare the references. String buffer is not having equals method. String builder also doesn't have equals method. That is the reason if you are using equals method in string builder and string buffer, it compare the references. And when it comes to string class has already has equals method, that is called as overriding equals method in string class. That is the reason the purpose of equals method in the string class is meant for comparing the content of an object. In string builder and string buffer, it compares the reference of an object. This is also most tricky question. All the time people used to tell comparing the content, but you have to understand this trick. If you are overriding equals method, it will compare the content. If you are not overriding, it compares the references. Got it? That is the reason if someone is asking somewhere, people ask, if someone is working somewhere in real time, industry who has experience more than 10 years, they will also keep by default keep in mind string equals method meant for comparing the content. That is totally wrong. But if you are overriding, then only to compare the content. If you are not overriding, equals method which is there in object class meant for comparing the references. Got it, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Equals method, if you are overriding, it compares the content. If you are not overriding, it compares the references. Now we'll go to some other difference. Now we know one of the difference between string buffer and string builder. String has string class is immutable class. String buffer and string builder are the mutable classes. One difference. And second difference is string class is overriding the equals method, and string buffer and string builder are not overriding equals method. String class equals method compare the content of an object. String builder and string buffer are comparing the reference on object because of equals method is not overriding. And string class has which concept? How many ways you can create object for string? By using literal way, by using new
Two ways.
keyword.
Words. Two types.
When it comes to string buffer, you don't have any concept of literal way. Only you have to create object by using string, by using new keyword, string buffer and string builder. And SCP concept is not there in string buffer and string builder. It is there in in string only. And what to tell? These are the different differences between string and string buffer and string builder. This is one of the important interview question. One more important interview question is what is the difference between string buffer and string builder? Again, they will ask you string buffer and string builder. String buffer is synchronized version. String builder is not synchronized, right? String builder is not synchronized. String buffer is synchronized. Now, if it is synchronized, by default, which feature will come into picture if it is synchronized? That is thread safe. Thread safe. If it is synchronized, it is thread safe. Now, string buffer is synchronized. That is the reason string buffer is thread safe. If it is thread safe, one more problem is coming. Now, performance wise, string buffer is better or string builder is better? Performance wise.
String
String
builder.
builder is better.
Why string builder is better when it comes to performance?
Because they support multi-threading.
Multi-threading, multiple threads can perform operations simultaneously. That is the reason string buffer is synchronized. It is thread safe. Because of synchronized, it is not having much performance because it is not allowing multiple threads to perform different operations. That is the reason string buffer is synchronized. String buffer is thread safe. Because of the synchronization, string buffer has less performance. Multiple threads are not accessing simultaneously, or multiple threads won't allow to execute particular task simultaneously. These are the difference between string buffer and string builder. And by using string builder, you will get more performance because multiple thread works simultaneously. These are the different differences. One more, another difference is version. String builder came into picture from which version?
1.0 version.
1.0. String builder came into picture from 5th version, Java 5th version. Got it? These are the differences between string buffer and string builder. Got it? And I had explained differences between string and string buffer and string builder, and also I had explained about string buffer and string builder. What is SCP in strings? What is SCP?
String constant pool.
String constant pool, and that is also done. I'm reviewing these all examples. Now you know what is the equals method. Wow, equals method meant for. Why equal? What is the purpose of equals method? Equals method meant
To
for
compare
comparing the
the
Compare
references.
the
object or states.
Object references, man. First you tell answer object references. If you are overriding, then it will compare the content. Now we'll go to some other differences. See, all these things object created by using literals are in SCP. It is correct or no? All these things object
yes,
created by using literals are in SCP, right?
yes, sir.
Correct. What is the difference between creating object by using a new and literal? What is the difference?
You are using new keywords.
New keyword. No. I am asking what is the difference between creating objects by using new and string literal. If you are using new keyword all the time, it will have separate memory area. If you are using literal, it will have same memory area. That is the difference. And one more question: why string is immutable? Now it is. I already had explained about answer. Now how to create or make custom immutable class? See here. Now string class is immutable class, right? It's not possible to change.
Yes, sir.
Now Rahul is creating one class, employee class Rahul is creating. Now Rahul can create his own class, right? He can create his own class. That means custom class, right? We can say we can create our own classes. Suppose Rahul is creating one employee class. Now after creating employee class, we can create object for employee class, right? Now just this employee class has EMP number, or we can say EMP ID, employee ID. And also employee can have employee name, EMP name, and also employee can have salary. Employee can have salary. Now double EMP salary, salary. I will write it. Now employee can have salary, right? String or salary. Employee can have salary. Now what I do here? Employee has employee ID, employee name, and employee salary, and also this employee class can have employee. Now constructor, right? Every class have data members. Every class can have constructor, and each class can have getters and setters, right? Now I had created see here constructor I have created. Now I have created constructor, and it can have again setters and methods. You know what is Pozo class? Pozo class.
A class have a only
Pozo abbreviation is what? Pozo
Default constructor
abbreviation.
should be there.
No, abbreviation I am asking guys. Abbreviation. What is Pozo? P-O-J-O, right?
yes,
What
sir.
is Pozo? What is the abbreviation for Pozo? Anyone? Abbreviation plain, world, Java, object. Guys, you don't know what is Pozo? Pozo means simple object. What? Hello? Pozo. What is the abbreviation for Pozo? Plain old Java object. Now see here I am writing one Pozo class here. Pozo class means that has getters and setters. That's it. Nothing is there.
So
Now
constructor also is there, sir.
constructor also is there. I have written same thing. and see here I am having salary. Now see here, guys, just this is most important again. One more thing I will tell you guys. By choosing my IQ school, I think you have did one better decision in your career. Even you go and check this. You guys know ChatGPT, right?
Yes, sir.
ChatGPT, you guys know.
Yes, sir.
You every day I'm sharing interview questions and answers. You just go through these questions. You what all questions I'm sharing to you every day, and you observe my questions, what all questions I'm sharing, and also same thing you type in ChatGPT also. You won't get these questions. Even that much important is there for my questions. Even ChatGPT also is not giving same my questions. And also these questions, if you attend for interview, then you will come to know the importance of my questions, because the reason is with experience I have prepared these questions and answers. There is a reason concentrate on my questions only, and will come to know when you are attending for the interview. Even if you look for ChatGPT also, you won't get these questions. And that you keep in mind, guys. Not for now, in entire career these questions are useful for you. Now this is constructor I have created and done. Now this is what all things are there. Employee class Rahul is created. It has the data members, and it has constructor, and then getters and setters, guys. This is only details Pojo class has getters and setters. Now what I do, getters Pojo class means these are things, right?
Yes, sir.
Pojo class has these getters and setters. That is like encapsulation. If you see encapsulation, it has data members and getters and setters. That is about encapsulation, right? Or simple poser class. Now Rahul created this thing. Now suppose if you are assigning an ID, employee ID, suppose it is 100, just an example, 100 is there as employee ID. Employee name something as ABC. ABC. Employee name is called ABC or Rahul. Rahul is employee name, and Rahul salary is, suppose example, 50K. This is about employee details. This is the state, right? 100 and Rahul and 50K is the state of an employee object. We can create an object for employee class. Now we create object for employee class. Employee, we are creating employee E1 is equal new of employee. Now see here, employee has these details. C1 has these details, 100 and Rahul and 50K. One more object you can create, right? Or otherwise, we have created object. And suppose if I want to change, employee name to Rahul, what I have to do here? If I want to change the employee name, how to change? If instead of Rahul, I wanted to change Rohit, then what to do? How to do? Now, if you want to change employee name instead of Rahul to Rohit, what to change? How to change, man? It is very simple thing you are thinking, guys. How to change name? If you want to get the name, which method you have to use? Now, if you want to get employee name, which method I have to
Set
use?
method.
Suppose now see here. If you want to get the name, what to do? E1 dot get EMP name, right?
Yes, sir.
Guys,
Yes, sir.
get EMP name. Now, by using this, if I print this one, I will get Rahul here.
Yes, sir.
Now I don't want to get the Rahul. I want to change name. I want to change instead of Rahul to what? I want to change employee name to Rahul to Rohit. What I have to do? EMP name. Now which method? Setter method I can use, right, to set.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
If I want to get a name, I have to use getter method. If I want to set the name, I have to use the setter method.
Yes, sir.
Getter method and setter method. Now see here, if I change here, I have to use. Sorry, give me a second. Now see here, instead of Rohit, I am changing Rahul to Rohit. Now Rohit employee name is becoming Rohit. Now what is output here? Rohit, right? Now if you want to change this object, now we are changing, right?
Yes,
Now
sir.
this state you are changing by using setter method. Now I don't want to allow you to change. Now you are changing to Rohit. Instead of Rahul to Rohit, you are changing. Now I don't want to change. I don't want to change this, employee name Rahul to Rohit. Then what I have to do here? Now string is, you are not able to change for a string class. If any object is there, string object, we are not allowing, or we are not allowing, we are not doing this. Java people not allowing to change. That is the reason if you are trying to change. If I ask you string is immutable, always people will tell because of immutable we cannot change. If you are trying to change, string object, it will give new object. That is the answer people will tell. That is not correct. When you are asking why string is not, why string is immutable, because of not able to change, it won't it will create another object. You should not tell this way. Because of SCP you have to give the answer. Now same way, if you want to create our own custom immutable class, how to create our own custom immutable class? How to create our own custom immutable class is most important interview question they will ask you in the interview. That means if your Rahul is creating employee class, if you have employee object, we should not allow to change that employee object. If you don't want to allow to change the object, what are things you have to do? Guys, anyone can give the answer. According to string class, you tell the answer. Why? How Java people are making string class as immutable class? Same way we can tell answer for this question also. How to create custom or immutable class, our own immutable class. Anyone? Arshad or anyone? Rohit, Rahul, Chaitanya, anyone can give answer for this question. How to create custom immutable class? Now what to do? Now I was telling you, right, int a is equal 10. If I don't want to change this a to suppose now what I do, I will change a value to 20. I should not allow to change a value to 20. What I have to do here?
Make it final.
Final, correct, good. Final I have to keep. And also one more thing you keep in mind, you have to check all the possibilities. You have to close the every corner. If any feasibility is there, that feasibility you have to close. All the corners around you have to check. Those all checkmates you have to close. That way you have to do. Just I will tell you an example. Just go through this. Now if someone is changing Rahul to Rohit, we should not allow. That is the reason. Just an example, see here. Now our class name is public employee class. Now you have to remember different rules. Different rules you have to remember. If you want to make custom class as immutable class, we have different rules. First rule is declare class as a final class. You have to check the all the checkpoints. We have to close. You have to restrict those all the rules. Just for that reason, we are making class as a final class. First rule is you have to declare class as a final class, and second point is what? You have to declare all the
Pri
variables as
con
private and final. We have to declare all variables as a private and final. And third point, we should have parameterized
Constructor.
parameterized constructor. Even guys, I think if we prepare from any institute, those guys won't tell this much, nice way. Simply they will tell something. That's it. See the important of the our class. Each question is important. Even if you don't want to get Java, also you keep answers for these all questions. Should have parameterized constructor, parameterized constructor. Different rules. Now fourth rule. We should declare the class as a final class. We should have all variables as a private and final. We should have parameterized constructor. And one more is what? One more is how we are changing any name. We are changing name through which way? By using setter methods, right? And
Yes, sir.
also that is the reason. If you want to get the value, you can give getter method. The getter methods you should keep. Getter methods we should have. No problem. If you have any getter methods, you don't have any problem. But fifth rule, you see, we are able to change a state of an object by using setter methods. That is the reason we should not keep which methods? We should not keep
Setter method.
The reason why, you know, right? If you are having setter methods, through setter methods you can change, right?
Yes, sir.
Immutable means if anyone are trying to change the object, you should not allow to change. What all, you know, different possibilities are there to restrict to not to change. That is the reason we are discussing of those rules. If you have these many rules for any class, it's not possible to change. Now employee class also Rahul can make as a immutable class. Now one more thing, just as a difference or rule you remember, I will explain you in another concept. Deep copying you have to do. Deep copy. Deep copy we have to do on set getter methods. Just as a point you keep in mind, getter you have to do deep copy on getter methods. By using getter methods we can get it, right? We can get, but by getting that also someone will change. That is the reason. If what is the difference between deep copy and a shallow copy? Anyone? Difference between deep copy and shallow copy? If you are doing deep copy, original object won't change. Now only reference will get changed. If you are using shallow copy, original object will get changed. Only the difference between deep copy and shallow copy is deep copy is meant for changing the references. Shallow copy is meant for changing the original object. Keep in mind, shallow copy is original object, deep copy is references. Now if you are getting any data by using getter methods, that getter methods you have to do the deep copy. If you do the deep copy, original object won't get changed. Now see here different rules to make any custom class or user defined class as a immutable class. We have to declare the final class. Why? If you are declaring class as a final, what will happen? If we declare class as a final class, what will
Cannot
happen?
cannot extend this classes.
That is the reason. If you are extending, what is the inheritance concept? If you are extending the same class into another class, from that class you can change the state of an object. That is the reason we have to declare class as a final class. And if you declare any data member as a private and final, if you declare private, it's not visible to outside classes. If you declare final, then that will become constant. And also to initialize any data members, you have to go for parameterized constructor. And you should getter methods you can keep, and setter methods you should not keep. And also on getter methods you have to do the deep copy. These are the different rules which you can make to immutable class. Like string class you can make our own classes. These are the different rules which you have to follow to make custom classes immutable class. This is most important interview question. They will ask you how to create our own or custom or our own immutable class or custom immutable class. If they are asking how to create custom immutable class, they will also ask you to write the program. Like this you have to write the program if they are asking, or if they are asking to explain how to make custom immutable class, then declare a class as a final class, declaring all the data members as a private and final. We should keep the parameterized constructor. We should not keep the setter methods. We should keep the getter methods, and also on getter methods you have to do the deep copy. These are the different rules to make any custom class as a immutable class. Guys, got it?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, most important question for the interview. Can anyone tell how to create custom immutable class? Anyone, Rahul or Rohit, anyone? How to create custom immutable class, anyone? Anyone can tell how to create custom immutable class? Anyone, guys? How to create custom immutable class?
So firstly, make a class is a final.
Okay,
Second one, data members are the private and final.
okay,
Use parameterized constructor.
okay.
Another one is the use setter method and getter methods.
Use setter and getter. You should not use setter. You should not keep. You have to remove setter methods.
Do
See here, we should not keep setter methods.
not
That
keep
means you
yes.
have to remove setter methods. Remove setter methods from the class. Got it?
Yes, sir.
You have to remove the setter methods. You have to keep the getter methods. And deep copy how to do and getter methods. Got it?
Yes, sir.
These are the different rules you have to follow. Rahul, you repeat answer for this question. How to create custom immutable class? Rahul or Rohit, Manjunath?
Sir,
Hey Rohit, how to create custom immutable class?
class should be an final, sir. We should declare a class as a final, and
Okay,
we should declare a data members as a final and private, and
okay.
we should have parameterized constructor.
Ah,
We should have only getter methods by using deep copy.
deep copying you have
In
to
a
do
deep
and getter
copy,
methods.
and we should not have an setter methods.
Correct. We have to have getters. Getters you should have, right?
Yes, sir. Getters we should
Okay.
have.
And great. Saroj, I think Saroj is not there in class, I think. Saroj, okay. It's fine. Guys, these are the most important interview questions. Again, some of the concepts are there. We'll close today. And see here, these are the most important things. What is the difference between equal operator and equals method in Java?
So equals double equal to use it
Ah,
for the only reference value.
we're comparing the references.
Comparing reference.
Equals method is meant
For
for.
comparing objects and reference values.
No, you should not tell, man. It is in string class. String class. I'm asking. This is equals method is there string class equals method.
Okay, string of okay, sir.
String class equals method meant for which purpose?
To
String
compare
class
the state
equals
of
method. Correct. State means object content. String class equals method meant for comparing the content. Now equals operator, double equals operator meant for comparing the references. This equals method meant for comparing the content. If it is object class, then references. If it is not overriding. How to convert string object to string literal? Guys, this is also most important. What is the difference between equal operator and equals method? Now, if they are asking, always you tell content only. If it is object class, then you tell the references. Got it? Now, this is most important. They will ask you what is the difference between equal operator and equals method in the string class. If specifically if they mention string class, then you tell equals operator meant for comparing the references. Equals method is meant for comparing the content or state. And how to convert string object to string literal? Sometimes they will ask in interview. That is the reason I had mentioned this question. But out of this sentence, now just I will tell you. Right now difference between double equal operator and equals method
Yes,
meant
sir.
for comparing the
states.
content. Equals method in string class and equals operator references.
Reference.
Now how to convert string object to string literal? We have to go for which method? Anyone? Intern
String
method is
literal
there.
method.
If you want to convert a string object into SCP, you have to use intern method. INTR, and intern is one of the method which is there string class. Guys, got it? You got idea now? You remember? You are able to remember? Okay, great. Now we will actually see this question. Just you see this question, but these are the most important interview question in interview, and also they will ask you sometimes they will ask you to write a program. What program they will write? They will give one string, then they will try to what they do. Now I will ask someone. Now I will write one program. This is also most important interview question for as a program in the interview. Now what I do, hello I will write, hello. Now what I do here, str dot concat. What is the output? Anyone can tell? IQ school guys, most important program for the interview. If I try to print SOP, anyone can tell answer for this? I'm printing str. What is the output here, guys? Now you know everything about strings. You have to give answer for this question.
Hello IQ school, sir, is or not?
Hello, school. Which Govardhan you are telling?
Yes, sir. Because of concatenating.
Man, till now what we have discussed, man. Because till now what we have discussed, the entire class is about immutable, right?
Concat method, sir.
Huh?
Concat method. Concatenation, sir.
Concatenation only, man. Now, see anyone still Govardhan tried. I appreciate for that. Remaining guys, what is the output of SOP? Govardhan is telling, hello IQ school. Hey man, give answers, man. At least if you don't know right or wrong, you have to give. Govardhan has,
IQ school.
always, like Govardhan guys will get success in life because whether it's right or wrong, whatever class is understanding, he is giving answers. If you want to get success in our lives, you should be proactive. You have to keep in mind these things. Always whether it's correct or not. If you are attending for the class, you have to know, if you are able to understand, then only you can able to give the answer. That means if you are not telling anything, that means you are not following the class. Now, you will get success in life when you are proactive. Even if I'm not helping, you will help, you can success in your life because your mentality is showing that your mindset is you are not running for the class. That means now you have to tell wrong or right if you are running for the class, if you are following the class. Now what
Sorry,
is output here?
only hello, sir.
Only hello, who is telling Govardhan?
Yes, sir. It's me, sir. Sorry, sir.
And anyone other guys?
Only hello, sir.
No, I am asking for remaining guys. Rahul and Manjunath. Manjunath, why you are silent, man? You are not able to. And Biswajit also is silent. The reason why Biswajit you are silent?
No, actually I am reading now, sir. So that's the reason I'm not replying.
Oh, I am asking you, what is the output here? What is the output? Anyone? Quickly, I have to tell you. We will close this session. Almost 1 hour we discussed.
So because of immutable, sir. Sorry, sir. Only hello.
Because of immutability concept. Now I will write one more thing, guys. Rahul, you have to give answer, man.
Yes, sir. My answer is hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Because due to string is immutable, sir.
Now you tell answer for this.
Yes, sir.
Now str2 is equal to hello. Now what I do now, str3 is equal to str what, str2 dot concat of IQ school. Now you can give answer now. Now what is the output here? What is the SOP of st3 now? SOP of str3. This is most important in the interview. They will write like this. They will write the program. They will ask you output. Now what is output here? For this one, Govardhan. This is most important program in the strings. You will get you are getting confusion, right? That is the reason they will ask you in the interview. If you are not having confusion, they won't ask you because you are having confusion. That is the reason they will ask you because whoever is able to understand concepts properly, then they will give job for them only, right? That is the reason it is a confusion question. Now you guys are thinking whether it is, as till now we discussed, it is immutable. Now what is output? Now just see here. You see this program, guys. You are able to see, right? My
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
like screen. No,
Yes, sir.
why man? You are not able to see strc here. Now
Print,
if
sir.
I print, what is output here? Rahul, you tell answer
Hello,
for
sir.
this question, man. What is output here?
Hello, sir.
Hello. Is there anything to think here?
No,
Simply you are printing. You are not doing any operations here.
yes, sir.
At least this answer everyone has to give. Now when
Hello.
it is easy question, you have to give answer now. Now SOP concat concat. This is the only method, right?
Yes, sir.
Concat of IQ school. Something I'm writing here. See here IQ school. This is most important program in the interview. You will get confused. See this. Now if I'm printing, what is output again here?
Hello, sir.
Hello. Hello. Till now we have discussed. If you are trying to change, it won't change. As it is correct, till now we have discussed if you are trying to
Yes,
change
sir.
object of a string, it won't change. Till now whatever we have discussed, this is the correct way. Now what I do, one more thing I'm doing, see here. Now what I do, string str1, guys, most important class what you are attending now. You should not be like some other training center. It is valuable knowledge. Now you are see here. Now we are till now we discussed it won't change, but here it is changing. See, till now entire class we discussed string is not changing. In previous example also it is not getting changed, but here it is getting changed. What is the reason why it is getting changed? Guys, this is most important. Just understand the concept what is happening internally. In before class we didn't have any reference, right?
Yes, sir.
Before we did not have any reference. Now the thing is one more thing we used to tell. If you are trying to change the state of an object, it won't change. But always what it will do? It will create new object. That is there, right? If you are changing the reference, it will get changed. Trying to create new object. If you are trying to change any object, it will try to create new object, right? Always string, if you are trying to change string object, it will always try to create new object. If you are assigning new object, now see here it's not getting changed. Here same object I am trying to assign in another reference. Now it is getting changed. That is the reason if you are trying to change state of one object, it won't change. Always it will create new object you used to tell, right? This is about always creating new object. str1 is new object. That time it is getting changed. If you are not, if you are referring to same object, it won't change. See here. Got it? Difference?
Yes, sir.
This is most important. Check. Now in this case, I am not assigning any reference. If I am assigning reference, it will get changed. This is most important program, and according to this program, you have to give the output. Guys, we will close for today, and I think almost I covered all the things from the strings concept.
Yes,
This program is most important, and I will write output and see here. I am here in this case. I will ping this also in the group. This is most important. Please go through this. You remember this concept. If you are assigning to new reference, output is getting changed. If you are not assigning to new reference, string object is not getting changed. Now this is also most important. This is most important program in the interview. And for today, we'll close the class and some and Rohit and whoever some guys. If you are coming to office tomorrow, we'll have mock interview. Then I will update your resume. We will try to complete job for you guys. We'll update resume. I will ping you separately in separate separately for you.
Okay, sir.
Tomorrow sometimes we'll have Biswajit. I said for you guys you attend for another class also. Today I'm explaining project for another batch. You attend for that batch. We'll close job within 1 or 2 weeks. Maximum 2 weeks and minimum is 1 or 2 days or 1 week. Biswajit, for you I'm telling.
Okay, sir. Send the link in group, sir.
Okay guys, bye. I will
hello,
close
sir.
for that.
Hello, sir.